Good evening from Rupp Arena, where the Cats just beat the Stonehill Skyhawks, I believe, 101
Stonehenge,
Stonehill
English Rocks or something.
Yeah, I thought Stonehill was a golf course, but they are a basketball team. They were in Lexington tonight to play Kentucky. Cats got a big win, and every moment I'm here talking to you is a moment I'm not watching Reed Sheppard and Rob Dillingham play basketball, and that's all I want to do right now. Those two guys were so much fun tonight. They had 45 off the bench. I think they were 16 of 20 from the field. Reed hit 7 of 8 threes. They filled up the box score from there. The veterans, Trey Mitchell and Antonio Reeves, also helping out. Those four did the majority of the scoring, but I'm not kidding, guys. I'm mad that they're not still playing. Reed is over there. I just want him to come out and just shoot basketballs. I just want to sit here and keep watching him play ball. They were so fun tonight, Jack.
I think even the most diehard Reed Sheppard fans out of London, like I watched him play every single game since he was in elementary school. I don't even think those fans thought what we saw tonight was possible, just because it's like a storybook for any in-state kid. Like, he finally gets his big shot at Rupp Arena, parents watching, clapping courtside, and to have that moment with the crowd roaring around him, and where just kind of the momentum continues to build, and like the legacy builds and builds and builds. It kind of was like a breakthrough moment for the fan base, where we're like, you know what, Reed Sheppard, everything we kind of hoped and dreamed he would be as that in-state superstar, he is that person, and he might not just be a great in-state superstar, he might just be the best player on Kentucky's team right now. Add in Rob Dillingham, as talented as he is, we always knew there would kind of be that erratic play and, you know, the push and pull with him. He's playing efficient basketball. He's had a couple stretches of bad turnovers, but for the most part, playing it safe, and all the electricity that we knew he was capable of, he's kind of reining it in a little bit, while also kind of exploding and doing all the things that we loved out of him, seeing out of him at high school. Those two players together have been Kentucky's best guards, and there's a conversation to be had now about they need to play more. And does that mean in the starting lineup, DJ and Justin are going to play, but there's a very clear consensus right now. Rob Dillingham and Reed Sheppard are two of Kentucky's best players on the floor.
It's still a very small sample size, 4 games, but if you just walked in this arena and you didn't know anything about the players, who was rated what, who's related to who, knew nothing, but you just watched the game, you would be like, well, that guy and that guy are much better than those two, at least so far. Hopefully Wagner and Edwards get it going soon. But right now, it is crystal clear that Sheppard and Dillingham are just playing at the next level of basketball. I'm not kidding when I say I want to walk over there and be like, can I just pay you all to go to the YMCA and just keep playing? 40 minutes was not enough tonight. They were so much fun. Cal, in the press conference, called Reed tremendous, as he should, and then it's kind of sounded like he was maybe challenging, without using names, challenging the other guys to get it going. They're not new to the spotlight. It's in them. It's just a matter of doing it.
Yeah, he was definitely dropping some not-so-subtle hints in the press conference about DJ and Justin, and just kind of how just feels like they have the weight of the world on their shoulders. And Cal was talking about with Reed and Rob how they're kind of playing with house money, because, you know, even though those guys were ranked really high, they weren't the, you know, perceived number 1 pick in the NBA draft by one guy from the Athletic, and that's now become a whole thing. That's a whole different rant I could go on. And then, you know, you've got DJ, obviously Cal's guy from the time he was born, essentially. So you've got 2 guys that Cal just, you know, knows that are dealing with all this pressure, and it's weighing on them a lot. DJ, I thought, had a bit of a bounce-back game in this one. He made some threes. He takes way too many threes, I think. The zone was a part of it. I think it deterred him from trying to go into the paint and get himself going there. But, yeah, way too many threes from him. Justin Edwards is just – he's just not there right now, I don't think. He's just playing way too soft. He's not aggressive on both ends of the floor, and it feels like it's almost gotten worse, progressively worse as the games have gone along. So, like Cal was saying, though, you know, they've got a lot of pressure on him. It's a lot to deal with, and they're just kind of not handling it right now. And he basically said, look, I'm going to keep riding with him. So, sorry, Jack. We are not going to see Reed or Rob in the starting lineup, I would imagine, at least for a while. He's going to stick with DJ and Justin and let his guys go. And I guess, honestly, you know, I'm fine with it, because if Kentucky's going to be, you know, the team that we all want them to be come March, Justin and DJ are going to have to be really, really good. They're going to have to look like, you know, potentially lottery guys. And if Reed and Rob are at that level too, then you're really talking about a really good team. So 4 games in, it's frustrating to watch Justin out there go up and just, you know, waltz his way up for layups that don't go in. And
the hands, we got to work on the hands. They seem very weak.
Jack was even pointing out, he's like, this kid he hasn't made a dunk. Well, he's had dunks, but every time he goes up, it feels like now he's just getting slapped out of his hands. So there's a lot that goes into it, obviously, more than what we're talking about, and we don't know what's going on behind the scenes and stuff. But it's clear that Justin is kind of, that pressure is getting to him a little bit. I'm not as worried about him because he still plays aggressively and gets to the rim. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at right now. We've got 2 sets of guards that have played really well with low expectations. I guess Reed had expectations, but you know what I'm saying.
NBA expectations.
Yeah, versus 2 guys that were projected to be top 5 picks. So, and you're just kind of seeing that play out right now, and it's not too shocking. You know, if you kind of told me that that's how things would play out at the preseason, I'd probably be like, okay, yeah, I can see it. I don't want to see it, but that, you know, we're here, so.
It is a delicate situation. Like, you don't want to send the message of you've been benched because you don't know how they would respond, and you don't want that going the wrong way. So I don't think there's any sudden changes, and it has only been 4 games. You don't want to completely overreact. But it has been so fun watching those games.
Rapid reaction. So
yes.
Let's react.
This is a rapid overreaction.
There we go.
On to other things. You were passionate about this, but Stonehill really seemed to want to zone.
Yeah.
Torch them. I don't have the stats in front of us. Do we know what did Kentucky end up shooting for 3? Anybody make
17 made threes was 17 of 32, I believe, was the most made in the John Calipari era.
Goodness.
The most. Kansas was the most threes Cal has ever taken. Not Cal. I mean, it'd be hilarious to see Cal shoot 32 threes in a game. But against Kansas, it was the most attempts under a John Calipari coach team. Tonight was the most makes for a John Calipari coach team. And he said afterward, he was like, you know why that is? Because I have a good 3-point shooting team. He's like, funny how that works, that if I have confidence in my teams to be able to make threes, I let them shoot more threes. And
it took 5 years to figure it out.
The zone was a big part of it. Stonehill, known for running the 2-3. That's kind of the live and die by the 2-3, and they most certainly got shot in the head in their version of that. Trey Mitchell kind of being that zone buster in the middle that really kind of just the catalyst of all of that. When they started going Trey Mitchell in the middle, it was a layup. He got that ball in the high post. I mean, that 10-12 footer was just cash time and time and time again. And then once they started feeding into that, Reed Sheppard was wide open on the outside, and then that was deuces. So I respect the game plan. Stonehill's not a very good team. There's a reason they're ranked like 349 out of 352 or whatever it was going into this game. The talent was clearly there. They ran some good stuff. The defense was tricky at times, and there wasn't
really well, I thought, actually.
There was an adjustment there, but when push came to shove, the talent was just not on a completely different planet.
We keep focusing on the freshmen. You just mentioned Trey Mitchell. By the way, have I mentioned I want to keep watching Reed play basketball tonight? I want to just go down the street. Have I said that yet? I think I have several times. Still think that. But Trey Mitchell, just steady. I mean, every game he's doing something. Even at Kansas, where the box score didn't show so much, dude fought his ass off against Hunter Dixon. Tonight I'm loving, you can say ass on YouTube. Tonight I'm loving his touch passes. You know, he had a lot of hockey assists. When he gets the ball inside, it's almost like he's looking to pass first, and you're getting guys with easy buckets inside. I'm just loving everything he's doing, too. Tonight's really about Reed and Rob, but we have to mention Trey and Antonio, the steady veterans, been here every game so far.
I'm still loving my preseason hot take of Trey Mitchell as UK's best player. I think I just continue to get proved right with that, and I'm going to take my victory laps as long as I can until it becomes wrong, and then I'll act like I never said it. But Trey Mitchell, the touch passes is my favorite thing with him. He loves to just get it and pass it right back, wide open threes pretty much every time.
No hesitation there.
And Cal was very focused on feeding the ball into him literally right at the nail there. And I don't think Stonehill ever had anyone right there to even pretend to guard him. So it was easy for him. You know, we asked about it in the press conference. He said, I love playing against the zone, especially one where they're not packing anything in the paint and he just has to look around. And I mean, I can't tell you how many times he just turned around and shot the easy, 12-footer right there, or he just passed it right off. Like it was easy for him. I don't know why Stonehill did that zone all game. Our friend Brandon Ramsey said they only did it 25% in their previous 3 games, and they did it the entire time this game. And UK made 17 threes, so.
Maybe they were having fun watching Reed and Rob shoot.
I was, yeah, so I don't blame them.
Where'd we get this microphone, by the way? I'm holding this to you all.
R.I.P. Bob Barker.
Yeah, we have Steven on the road. Daniel's behind the camera. Everyone follow Daniel on Twitter. Daniel Hager, KSR? Is that
YTD.
The Twitter handle? Yeah, follow YTD. He's doing a great job. Don't know what century this is from. Monday, we have St. Joe's. Last I heard, they're losing. That will be the championship game of the Kentucky.
They lost to Texas A&M Commerce.
It's over? Done?
They did.
Texas A&M Commerce got the victory.
Happiness tour is sad. They are sad. I do want one final note on Trey Mitchell that his best moment had nothing to do with him as a passer or a shooter. His best moment came in the middle of a game sequence. He pulled DJ Wagner aside and basically looked at him in the eye and said, I want you to keep shooting that MFer. He said, I don't care what Cal says on the bench. I don't care. He said, look at me. He was like that tunnel vision, pulled him aside and said, you need to keep shooting the ball. I trust you to make those shots. And DJ made his very next 3. DJ and Justin are going to have to play. Like, we can talk about who needs to start, who needs to have more touches, shots, whatever. All of that does not matter because those two are going to have to play. They're going to have a breakthrough. DJ Wagner has that level of confidence to continue to shoot and have those breakthrough moments. Justin has to lock in, be engaged mentally. That's the one kind of thing that if there's one concern I have on this team is, can Justin break through that mental barrier that he clearly has right now? And if that happens, I think the sky is the limit with this team. And I just appreciate Trey Mitchell's veteran leadership to be able to try to break through to those freshmen that are clearly struggling, knowing that you're going to need them down the road. Trey is just invaluable in so many different ways on this team.
It's only 4 games in the year. Hopefully there's 36 of them left. That would be great. We'll get back to it on Monday, but for now we'll sign off after Kentucky beats Stonehill by 34 points. Sounds about right. For Drew, Zach, Jack, we're going to head out of here. Got football tomorrow, then back again Monday. Until then, comment, subscribe, do all those YouTube things, and go Cats.